Hi everyone, we are back with another war video today, and we are going to be going up against TCN in war number 6. We are going to be bringing in Omega Red, Sabertooth, and Quicksilver. We have 7 fights today, and we're going to be going along path 7 in section 2, and then we're going to skip, or section 1, I'm sorry, and then we're going to be skipping section 2 and taking 5 fights from the shared fights and the final boss island. Our first fight is going to be against Zemo here with Omega Red. We've taken this fight before. Basically, we're not going to throw any specials. We're not going to throw a heavy attack, and we're just going to be aggressive and basically just try and combo into him to get him down. Here, I make a mistake right away and try and counter his heavy. Sometimes the timing works out, sometimes it doesn't. So not the best start. But we're able to get some combos in, stay close and get some spores up. He's going down really quickly. So really any champion can work here as long as you don't throw any specials. And that's going to be it. So 30-second fight. One minor mistake at the beginning, but because of the combat regen, we got our full health back. So no big deal there. This next fight, again, we're going to be using Omega Red. This node doesn't do much for Quicksilver. I think it's mainly just to try and split people with that Zemo. But this should be pretty easy. We want to parry, and then our first light, we know he's going to evade, so we're going to parry again right away, just like we did there. Then we're going to go back to our standard Omega Red. He plays a little bit passive and keeps dashing back a bit. But we get 24 spores up. We just want to be nice and safe now. Make sure we're aware of when he will evade. Right here, he's going to do it again. So we're ready. Throws a special one. Get a parry off, and that's going to be it. So another quick 30-second fight. Really straightforward there. I feel pretty comfortable fighting Quicksilver most of the time on a lot of the nodes, so that one wasn't too bad. Now we're just moving along, finding a path that's been cleared to try and save some energy. And we're going to take our first shared fight, and it's going to be this Killmonger here on node, I want to say 39. And this one has the Power Sting, the Prowess buildup, which we don't have to worry about, and then the Power Snack. So goal here is just we're not going to dex at all. You can shallow dex out of most of his specials, so that's not an issue. Here I'm just going to take it all into block and parry the last hit. He starts dashing back, which makes us lose a lot of spores, so I'm going to lock in here just to be safe. Throws another special, which doesn't help us get a lot of scores up. But we're able to lock in 21. So he's melting pretty fast. Throws a special too, nice and easy into our block. We're able to get a parry. Relock in again. We're also going to try not throw any specials just so we don't have to worry about this Power Sting, just to be safe. Here I probably could have just locked in. I was a little hesitant about pushing to special 3, so we end up just dashing back just to be safe. But fight's really low, basically over. We shallow dex there, and we're going to combo out, and that's going to end the fight. So not the fastest Omega Red fight, but still pretty smooth and happy with how that one went. That's our last of the Omega Red fights, so now it's just Quicksilver for these last 4. First is going to be this Mephisto. For some reason going into it, I thought he was tactic, so we'd place a bunch of withers. So you'll see I'm a little aggressive at the beginning before I realized that. Once I realized that, though, we do a good job of maintaining our withers just through Quicksilver's natural ability to stack withers from dexing attacks. But besides that, Quicksilver hard counters the node. Here we eat a special one. A little embarrassing, but I think that's the only mistake we make during this fight. Because of Quicksilver being tactic, he is able to not take any damage from the aura that Mephisto has. So we're just going to play this nice and slow. Again, do a good job maintaining our wither so that he's getting power drained. Special ones refresh him, so we've got 4 up, so complete power drain. He basically can't get a special right now. I did not plan on going for a big special 2 just because I thought his little thing that triggers around 30% would prevent it. So we're going to do a medium, light, medium here in a second. It's just stacking the withers back up there. Medium, light, medium into our special 1. That's going to take him really close. His regen tries to kick in, but nothing really happens there. And I think we're going to just do a medium, light, medium. Oh, into special 2. So yeah, this is going to end the fight. So pretty straightforward. Quicksilver handles that really well, getting the withers up to reverse the power gain, and kind of a nothing fight as long as you don't be dumb and miss special 1 decks. But we're going to heal up a bit here for our next fight. This is going to be against a Hulk on node 44. I'm starting to remember the nodes now, the new node numbers. But yeah, we've taken this before. I think it was the first war of the season we took Hulk on this node. Again, we are tactics, so we're going to place a bunch of debuffs. Hulk is also a tactic defender. We do want to make sure we get a heavy counter off on one of Hulk's heavies, because we do want to try and get a slow up as soon as possible, just in case he gets to his 15 Furies and triggers his own Unstoppable. So that's what we're doing here. Get an intercept, and we're going to throw our special 1. That's going to get our slow up, and now we are in a pretty good spot. Ideally, I do want to bait special 2s only. Hulk is going to apply a decent amount of physical vulnerabilities on us, which will cause us to take a little more damage in a block, but nothing too potent against us that's going to cause us to take too much damage, especially with inequity on. So here we're trying to bait out his special 2 again. We're looking like we're in a decent spot to get to our terminal velocity and get a special 2 lined up. We don't have the most withers right now, the most whiplash right now, but we're starting to build a little bit more here. See me dashing back, we get to our terminal velocity. We're going to do a full combo here into our special 2. That's going to get us to 58 whiplash, and that is going to be plenty of damage to end the fight. So, pretty straightforward, and not too many problems here. And this fight is the fight that goes a little sideways. I don't know if you saw the next one there, but there is the Werewolf by Night, who we are going to be taking. So I try an invul boost for this fight, thinking I can carry it over to that next one. But this fight goes extremely slow. At one point I did get a little concerned that we might time out. So my goal was to try and do our standard playstyle of getting to two special 1s and then a special 2. But due to the not increased power gain, but power efficiency, he's just gonna have a ton of power the whole time. Now we're able to fully combo into him during this damage reflection because we are tactic and that counters it. As you saw, I also got our slow up quickly. That's to counter his special 2 falter, or his special 2 evade, his phase thing he does, and to counter the node's falter. So basically we cannot miss while we have over 300 speed, or whatever the hell it's called. But here, we do our first whiplash. It does a decent amount of damage. I realized pretty quickly we were not going to be able to just do a nice special 2 since he's going to be throwing a bunch of special 2s himself. So we're in terminal velocity. This isn't going to do much for us right now. But the main thing we do want to watch out for is when this drops, that we're aware we can be faltered. So you're going to see I try and keep a special 1 as our terminal velocity is getting lost. And then I'm going to try and heavy so we can get a slow up pretty quickly. Here we're trying to get the special 2 out. He really doesn't want to throw it. See, I got the heavy. We see we're faltered. We know we can miss right now. I'm dashing back trying to get our speed up again before we start comboing into him, and we are at 300 again. So now falter's not an issue anymore. And we will not miss during his special 2 attack either. But as you can see, this fight is dragging on very slow. We're going to do our next medium, light, medium to a special, into our special. And yeah, he's still only at 40%. At this point, I was a little worried about timing out, especially if we started to play really passive again. But yeah, I mean, you see the power drains. We're basically stuck, never even getting close to 2 bars of power. So we're just going to try and build our Whiplash and throw our special ones when we can. And hopefully he's not too hesitant with his specials. But yeah, as you can see, very slow fight. I don't know if I would do this again. Maybe there's a better option that would make this much quicker. Probably someone that doesn't rely on their specials as much. But there's our next Whiplash. Doesn't really do much damage. So yeah, we're still just comboing away. Again, we get to our terminal velocity, so we are being conscious of the fact that once this drops off, we will lose our ability to counter both the falter and his ability to miss attacks from Mephisto's special 2. One more. We have a decent amount of Whiplash here, so we're going to explode it, and yeah, he goes down. So very long fight that went just forever. This next one I was pretty worried about. It is only a rank 4, but obviously this is a new champion. I did have to go through EQ to get prepared for this fight, PWF, and I debated who would take it. Originally we were planning to send Cassie, but that was because I misread his abilities and thought the poison just had reduced damage, not reduced duration. So yeah, Cassie would have been a really poor choice for this. I'm not sure Quicksilver is the best option. The reason we lean towards this anyway is Cassie was not going to be able to get any specials off, and Quicksilver will be able to get a slow up pretty quickly just by me dashing back. And the Werewolf by Night does have his own unstoppable trigger, or part of his abilities. So once he gets to 10, I don't remember what his ability is called, he will start to go unstoppable and unblockable from his heavy attacks and his specials, I believe, or at least the second part of them. But we're just going to do a bunch of medium, light, mediums to explode our Whiplash as we continue to combo him down. Now I think here he goes into 10. So his heavy attack, he does trigger unblockable, not the unstoppable, thankfully. But at that point, he's already pretty close to being dead, so it doesn't really become too dangerous. And we are able to do a medium, light, medium, and then just kind of combo out the last little bit of his health. So a fight I was pretty worried about ended up being kind of a nothing fight. As you saw, being tactic, we were also immune to the rupture damage he was placing on us. We do, unfortunately, end up losing this war to TCN. Obviously they do pretty well in war, having pretty big accounts, so yeah, pretty tough war for us and not something we typically expect to win. And the 7 deaths wasn't horrible, wasn't too bad. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for